Hey everybody, this is Randy Burns back with you with part 2 of Homecoming 2017 preview. I don't know about you, but after running around all over campus yesterday, I'm a little bit tired. So we're going to just kind of sit here and talk about what's going to take place on Saturday of Homecoming weekend on October 21st. Everything kicks off with our Homecoming registration table, which will be set up from 8 to 11 in the foyer of the Kremner Dining Center. So make sure you come by. Anything that you could have done at the table the day before, you can also do at the table on Saturday morning. So make sure you come by and do that. But there's other things that take place early on Saturday morning. The first takes place at 8 a.m. at the Bonner House right here on campus, which is our very first Homecoming Alumni Day of Service hosted by the Bonner Scholar Program. It's going to be a great event. We're looking forward to having not only alumni of the Bonner program, but other alumni who are passionate about community service come together on Saturday morning of Homecoming weekend to do a service project right here in Columbia and Adair County. So if you want more information about how to get involved with that Alumni Day of Service, make sure you contact Natalie Vickus, and she will be able to give you all the contact information for that. Then following that at 8:30 on Saturday morning, we have our LWC Singers Reunion and Rehearsal. This is a homecoming tradition where Gerald Chafin and the Singers alumni come together and they practice with the current Singers Choir to get ready for the Alumni Awards and Athletic Hall of Fame celebration later in the morning. You'll get to fellowship with other alumni of the Singers program, hear all about their tour that they took last year, and then practice on a song that you probably are already familiar with from your days in the Singers program, and then perform that later on at the celebration. And so that will take place at 8:30 in the Slider Recital Hall. So make sure if you are a LWC Singers alum, you come back for that. And then at 9 o'clock, you can stop by the LWC Natural Garden for a natural garden tour hosted by LWC Biology Professor Mike Vasella. Then at 9:30, we have a great event coming up. This has become one of my highlights of the homecoming schedule. It's our Golden Alumni Society reunion. This will be for anyone who graduated or attended Lindsay from 1967 or before. Every year in May we have our Golden Alumni Society 50-year reunion. This reunion at Homecoming, however, is for everyone from the current 50-year reunion class and back. And so we always have a great turnout for this event. We'll have coffee and Danish and just a great time of fellowship and a chance to do some pictures. But the big highlight is if you are a member of a class from 1967 or before and you did not get a chance to come to your 50-year reunion, this provides you with the opportunity to come back and go through the actual Golden Alumni Society induction ceremony where we'll present you with your Golden Alumni Society medallion and do some great pictures. And so make sure that you contact me in the alumni office for more information if you're a member of the class of 67 or before and you did not get a chance to come to your 50-year reunion but can come to Homecoming this year, because we want you to participate in that. And that leads up to our big event. This is sort of the centerpiece of the homecoming schedule each and every year. It's the annual Homecoming Alumni Awards and Athletic Hall of Fame celebration. This year we are so proud to be able to recognize some very special members of the Lindsey Wilson College family. Receiving the Distinguished Alumnus of the Year award at Homecoming is Robert Flowers from the class of 1970. Just receiving the Outstanding Young Alumni Award is Lori Riddle Ebrants from the class of 2002. And receiving the Distinguished Service Award is Miss Carrie Luker Ferris from the class of 1967. We are so proud to honor each of these alumni for their love and support of Lindsey Wilson College, but also for the incredible success that they've had in going out and making a difference in the world. And then also as part of the celebration, we'll be inducting 3 new members into the Athletic Hall of Fame at Lindsey Wilson College. We'll be inducting two of the greatest basketball players to ever play at Lindsey Wilson College, Cedric Wimp Anderson from the class of 05 and Scott Cook from the class of 06. These guys were teammates for several years. They are the #1 and #2 all-time leading scorers in the history of Lindsey Wilson College basketball, men's basketball, and they are both going into the Hall of Fame together. And so that will be a great time to be able to celebrate. I know a lot of their teammates are already planning on coming back. So if you know Scott and Wimp, make sure you come back to be able to celebrate that. But we're also incredibly honored to be able to recognize one of the great wrestlers of Lindsey Wilson College, in the history of a wrestling program. The very first national champion that Lindsey Wilson College ever produced in wrestling, Charlie Pingleton. Charlie was a member of the class of 2012. And Charlie, we are sad to say, lost his battle with cancer just a few short weeks ago. The decision had already been made to induct Charlie into the Athletic Hall of Fame, and we are so honored to be able to recognize him and his contribution to Lindsey Wilson College history as being the first national champion in the sport of wrestling at Lindsey Wilson College. And so I know we have several alumni of our wrestling program that are going to come back to be able to celebrate this very special day with Charlie and his family. And so that's just going to be a special time as part of our Alumni Awards and Athletic Hall of Fame celebration. And so following the conclusion of that program, though, all the festivities to do with homecoming are going to actually kind of pick up and go over to the sports complex, which is where our football stadium is. So why don't we hop in the car and head over there, and that way we can let you know exactly what all is happening on Saturday afternoon of homecoming weekend. So once we're finished on campus with the Alumni Awards and Athletic Hall of Fame celebration, everything will move over to the Lindsey Wilson College Sports Park off Highway 80, where we'll have the rest of our homecoming festivities for the rest of Saturday evening. As we get over here, the first thing that will be going on will be our homecoming reunion tent. There will be several reunion groups that will be gathering throughout the afternoon at the reunion tent. The reunion tent will take place between the Blue Raider Stadium football field as well as the Agnew Park baseball stadium, and so that's where a lot of the festivities will be going on. So make sure you come by between 1 and 2:30 when game time is to stop by the reunion tent to see who's there and fellowship with some of your old friends and classmates. 2:30 though is the big event. It's the homecoming football game where the Blue Raiders will host Cumberland University, and at halftime of the game you'll be able to see the crowning of this year's homecoming king and queen. So that's always a big highlight of every homecoming celebration. Following the game, we'll be back here at Homecoming Central here at the Blue Raider Sports Park for our homecoming game celebration tailgate. We'll have a great barbecue dinner that will be offered, $5 all you can eat. It's going to be a great time. We'll have live music. Been working with the Student Government Association putting together a Lindsey Idol reunion concert that's going to be taking place right here on the stage just between the Agnew Park baseball field and Blue Raider Stadium football field. And so you'll want to make sure you come by after the football game, get you a great meal, listen to some great entertainment from former Lindsey Idol winners and runner-ups, and it's going to be a great time. And then following, or while that's going on, we're also excited to host our baseball alumni reunion once again. Coach Jonathan Burton and the Blue Raider baseball team are looking forward to having a great turnout from our Lindsey Wilson College alumni who were part of the baseball program, and so we're going to have a great time fellowshipping with them. But also at 6:30, we're having a baseball alumni softball game. So if you're a former baseball player at Lindsey Wilson College, at 6:30 we're going to have the lights on, and you're going to be able to step back into the batter's box or man your position on the field and play a game of softball. And so it's going to be a great time. Going to be a lot of fun. While all that's going on, we'll still be having the live music from the Lindsey Idol reunion concert, and so it's going to be a great time. That will wrap up Saturday evening of homecoming weekend. And then following the festivities on Sunday morning, we're excited to announce that the fine folk at Columbia United Methodist Church have invited us to come back once again for our homecoming worship service, which will be a part of the Columbia United Methodist Church's morning worship service on Sunday morning. And so if you're going to be able to stick around in town until Sunday, that's a great way to fellowship with Lindsey Wilson College alumni at their homecoming worship service. And then everything wraps up with a great brunch that you can stop by the Kremner Dining Center and have one last meal before you head home from a fantastic homecoming weekend. Wow, that's a lot of stuff to pack into just a couple of days. And so what we want to do is make sure that you have all the information that you need. If you have any questions, please contact us at the alumni office at 2703-84-8400, and we will be glad to help you get registered. You can always register and get all the information of the complete schedule online at www.lindsay.edu/homecoming. And if you have any questions, like I said, please feel free to reach out to us. That's what's happening at Lindsay Wilson. We look forward to seeing you the weekend of October 20th and 21st for Homecoming 2017 at Lindsay Wilson. See you soon.